German female is recruit who let slave child die of thirst in Iraq facing war crimes charges in Germany.
Here's a summary of the article.
A female Islamic State group member accused of letting a 5-year-old girl die of thirst in scorching sunlight is facing war crimes charges in Germany. The 27-year-old German, identified as Jennifer W., and her husband bought the child as a house slave in the IS-occupied Iraqi city of Mosul 2015. The 5-year-old girl was among a group of prisoners of war when Jennifer W. and her husband bought her. German media say the child may have been a member of the Yazidi minority, many of whom were captured and enslaved by IS as the militant group swept across northern Iraq in 2014. After the girl fell ill and wet her mattress, the husband of the accused chained her up outside as punishment and let the child die in agony of thirst in the scorching heat, prosecutors said in a statement. Jennifer W. traveled to Iraq in 2014, where she became a member of IS's self-styled morality police. The allegations against her say, Jennifer W. was arrested by Turkish police months after the girl's death after she visited the German embassy in the capital Ankara to renew her identity papers.
This post received a score of 17,878, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Ever tried to have a 5-year-old do chores? It takes you constantly helping them and spending more time than just doing it yourself. There is no way they are useful as a house slave, maid. Bedwetting in kids who have already learned to control their bladder is a sign of sexual abuse. So was she really a house slave, or a sex slave?
Well said. Exactly what I noticed too. Fuck them. How can you do that to a child? Makes my blood boil.
There are a lot of evil people in the world. That little girl did nothing to them. She was just not exactly like them. It's disgusting.
Jennifer W. traveled to Iraq in 2014, where she became a member of IS's self-styled morality police. The allegations against her say, of course the child killer was in the morality police.
Nothing says morality like letting a fucking kindergartner die of thirst. Fuck these people.
Let's not forget that they first brought her as a house slave.
Sex slave. Children aren't good at chores.
Children also aren't good at sex.
But they're good for sex, according to psychos like these people.
If this is true, this woman should get life imprisonment. A 5-year-old girl wrenched from her family, and taken as a slave, a 5-year-old. Left to die in the sun, Jesus Christ. If this woman is guilty of this, she deserves to rot.
Imagine the level of hate you have to possess before you can do this to a 5-year-old just because she isn't the same religion as you. It boggles the mind. I really think spending the rest of her life in a cushy German jail is not enough. They should let the Iraqis deal with her, after all her crime was committed on their territory.
Is it hate or doing God's work?
There is no easier way to get people to commit atrocities. When you think God is on your side, you can justify anything to yourself.
I can't understand how people could justify it like that. To think it is your God's will to kill a child is like to think your God is a piece of shit. People have done much worse in the past. There's nothing more dangerous than a human convinced that they're right, or that the other side aren't humans.
For people who are behind on history or looking to get a better perspective on the ramifications of this type of propaganda, demagoguery, look no further than Mein Kampf and that tactics Hitler used to convince an entire population that some of their people were no longer human. These types of ideologies are poisonous and have no place in the 21st century. It persuades arguably well-minded people to commit atrocities in the name of something they believe to be right.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.